A $2.7 billion NASA rover, Perseverance, blasted off into clear skies over Florida's Cape Canaveral on Thursday atop an Atlas V rocket, the start of a nearly 7-month journey to Mars. After spending an initial 30 minutes in Earth orbit, the firing of an upper stage engine sent the spacecraft on its interplanetary mission. If all goes as planned, the vehicle will deposit the rover in a crater on Mars on February 18. 40 minutes after the launch, NASA reported it was in communication with the spacecraft and there were no technical issues. The mission, officially known as Mars 2020, is designed to search for signs of ancient Martian life. The rover is supposed to obtain samples of rock cores and soil that could later be sent back to Earth for study in laboratories. Sitting atop that rocket there is one of the finest interplanetary payloads ever assembled, and the thousands of scientists and engineers behind them. They would have to be the finest team ever assembled. Abigail Allwood, a geologist at NASA's Jet Propulsion Laboratory who is part of the science team, said in an email as she and her colleagues awaited the launch. "This rover is going to kick some astrobiological butt." Scientists and engineers at the Jet Propulsion Laboratory had a doubly exciting morning. In addition to witnessing the launch of the rover they had designed and built, they experienced a minor earthquake just minutes before blastoff. The rover is the successor to the still-operating Curiosity rover, which has made breakthrough discoveries, including finding complex organic molecules of the type that could be associated with living things. Perseverance is superficially similar to Curiosity but has a different suite of instruments that will allow it to inspect and take images of rock formations in far greater detail. It has a drill for obtaining rock cores and soil samples, which the rover will stash in containers. NASA hopes to send another rover in 2026 that would collect the samples and launch them into Mars orbit. Another spacecraft would carry them back to Earth, with a targeted arrival of 2031. The mission is the first leg of what is known as the Mars Sample Return Campaign. Returning samples of Mars to Earth has been the highest priority of the planetary science community. "It's possible there is life on Mars today," said Bruce Jakowski, a planetary scientist at the University of Colorado and the lead scientist on a Mars orbiter that is studying the atmosphere of the planet. "If so, that life would probably be deep underground in porous rock where water is liquid. We've learned that Mars has seasons and an atmosphere that behaves in many ways similar to the Earth's. Mars has geology that is very reminiscent of what we see on Earth: volcanoes, river channels. Mars has polar caps. And the climate has varied through times on many different timescales. Liquid water was abundant early in its history," Jakowski said.